Early morning in the Democratic Republic of Congo, and people in the region of Ituri go about their daily business. At 7:30 a.m., precisely, they stop to pay respects to their homeland. But this display of discipline is as close as this country ever gets to order. It is a place where murder and anarchy lurk close to the surface. Situated in central sub-Saharan Africa, the Democratic Republic of Congo is the size of Western Europe, with a population of 63 million. But for almost 10 years, this huge country has been devastated by the deadliest conflict in African history.
Many children died, many women died, and most of the children were abandoned on the street when the mothers are running. They were not able to run with the children, to escape with the children.
Despite abundant natural resources, such as diamonds, oil, gold and uranium, the country has barely any developed infrastructure. Tribes feuding over the most valuable land have unleashed a savage internal war. Tribal armies fight each other, as well as the government. These rebels, known as militias, have been responsible for killing, raping and torturing millions of their fellow countrymen. For Congolese children, the tragedy is endless. Massacred in their villages by machetes or recruited as child soldiers, hundreds of thousands of children are victims, and many have become murderers.
And I slashed the head off that man, and his hands too.
When I kill someone, I feel okay, because that is my enemy. If he saw me, he would have killed me first.
As the natural order of society was turned upside down, adults feared children as they killed with impunity.
I think I had already died inside. I decided to kill them, because by that time I was bad. So I killed them.
Mariano Dongo is a community leader and Pentecostal pastor.
We have plenty of children who were child soldiers in jail because of such an act. They were killing.
At
first we were using poles and sticks, not real guns. Then we went for battle training. People with rifles would shoot at you and tell you to go down, get down. And then when you get down, you start pretending to shoot back, but using your own voice. After that, they took us to where there is a machine gun. Then they started shooting and we had to dodge it. They shot it in order to make your heart strong and to not fear the sound. They did that several times. Finally, we were provided uniform and guns, and they sent us to go and fight.
Thousands of Congolese children either volunteered or were forcibly recruited into the National Army or the rebel militia as child soldiers. They became vicious killers, but were themselves brutalized by their experiences. Antoine is just 12 years old. We found him at the edge of the Congolese bush. He had absconded from his militia troop and had walked through the bush for a week in order to escape.
The life in the bush was so difficult for children. Sometimes you get diseases and so many sicknesses. Snakes and insects were biting us, and there was not enough food, and not even any pay. Too much suffering. It was suffering upon suffering. I came back here in order to get forgiveness.
What were the bad things that you did that you want to be forgiven for?
Killing people, that was bad. Beating people for nothing was not good. Arresting people for nothing was not good.
Now he's trying to earn a few dollars working as a market porter. But if his former commanders catch him, it's likely they will kill him for running away. His trauma and fear are palpable.
The commanders were very cruel to the children. Even me, I was beaten so much. They could beat you until you were almost dead. Our commanders, they have bad hearts. If you make a small mistake, like if you shoot your gun by accident when you're cleaning it, then they beat you. And if they are drunk, they'll take a gun and shoot you. I was a watchman at the commander's house. I was sent to kill 2 people. They had stolen the commander's gold and disappeared from camp. We found them and arrested them and brought them to the commander. He told us, "You go and work on them." We shot them, then we buried them. By that time, my heart was black. I decided I also wanted to die, and I think I had already died inside. I decided to kill them, because by that time I was bad. So I killed them.
Many of the children saw their only choice as kill or be killed. They feared they would be slaughtered if they stayed in their villages during the hostilities. So joining the militia was an act of self-preservation.
The war started and Jean-Paul said to me, "Mummy, I will go and join the militia." I told him not to go, but one day he just disappeared from the village, and then I knew he'd done it and gone to join the militia. Jean-Paul and his friends joined because they saw much suffering of the people in our village. The people in the village were being killed with machetes. Because of that, the children joined. They didn't join because they liked it.
Our mothers were not happy, but there was nothing they could do. We wanted to go and join the militias. Then when I became a soldier, I started making money. We were sent to a checkpoint to collect money from the people who were passing, and I was able to send money to my mother, and her life was better. I was getting food, and sometimes I made $20 a day. When I was in the militia, I was used to living alone and being independent. It's hard to go back to living with parents after that. I don't like living with my parents.
You're 14. Are you a child or are you a man now?
I'm a child, yes, in age, and in size I'm still small. But I know so many things about the world. Nobody can joke with me or tell me what to do. I am young in age, and you can see I'm small in size. But I'm not just a child. I know so much. Nobody can play with my life. I always go off on my own and survive. I don't care.
Patrice became a child soldier at the age of 11.
I joined the militia to avenge.
Did you kill anyone?
Yes, I killed. When you kill somebody, you can tell from the sound of your gun. The noise of a bullet hitting a body is different from the sound of it whizzing through the air. That's how you learn to recognize that you have shot someone.
Were there times when you thought you were going to die?
Yes, because when you are fighting face to face and you see your friends die in front of you, and take bullets when they're right next to you, then of course you think you will die too. When I kill someone, I feel okay, because that is my enemy. If he saw me, he would have killed me first. When we are fighting, I want to save my life. He wants to save his life. That's just how it is. I cannot tell people about what happened to me. These things are my secret, to stay in my heart.
Psychologically, most of the children are traumatized because of that. We have so many children with trauma because of what happened. Some of the children knew how their relatives and parents were killed while they are washing. So that disturbed most of the children psychologically. They can't live as normal as other children. They can't play as other children. The way they think is different.
The child soldiers were robbed of their chance of a carefree childhood.
When they find children and women, they kill them. That's what I know. I saw that with my own eye. After the fighting, the parents fled, they escaped, then the baby was abandoned, around 4 months old. When the Lendu militias arrived in that village, they caught the child, took the child and divided the child into pieces.